Around the world, millions cry out for something many of us take for granted. Bread, hope, help, but Jesus already taught us how to pray in times like these. In a world where millions go to bed hungry, the cry for daily bread is louder than ever. But beyond physical hunger, there's a deeper need, a hunger of the soul. Jesus said, "I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry." This is not just about food, it's about hope, healing, and the kind of nourishment only God can provide.
The US is one of the wealthiest nations in the world. It ranks first based on total GDP and seventh based on GDP per capita. Yet when it comes to food security, America ranks 22nd among developed countries.
Right now in the United States, we are facing a hunger crisis.
33.8 million Americans didn't have adequate access to food.
Eggs, bread, rice, basics have become burdens. The world groans under inflation, but the soul cries out for something deeper.
Inflation, which looks to be going in the wrong direction, up, reaching its highest rate since June of last year. Inflation, remember, is an increase in the price of goods and services. Inflation reached a peak of 9.1% in 2022. Those high prices came down some, but have stayed stubbornly high since then. The latest data from the Consumer Price Index, or CPI, released by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, shows inflation is reversing recent progress. The CPI measures price changes across commonly purchased goods and services. Since December's report, consumer prices rose at their fastest pace since August of 2023, resulting in an annual inflation rate of 3% for the 12-month period that ended in January. This all means many commonly purchased goods and services got more expensive in January, something economists were not expecting from the report this week, which was estimated to have barely any change from December's data. Instead, the January report came in blazing hot pretty much across the board. While inflation has slowed significantly since its 40-year peak in 2022, most of the categories measured saw increases last month, especially energy and food prices. It's an unwelcome surprise at a time when Americans are growing tired of high costs of living and food prices, and uncertainty in the economy is building following the Trump administration's tariffs and other economic policies.
Wondering why you haven't been able to purchase your favorite item in the grocery store lately? It's due to the supply chain issues seen nationwide.
Grocery store shopping, or the lack thereof, has been different over the past few months, especially for some local shoppers.
The other day, I walked from my house up to our local grocery store to get some hamburger meat to make a meatloaf. And, I needed several pounds, and they had one little skimpy tray of hamburger meat left.
There are several contributing factors as to why there's less food on the shelves, including COVID numbers surging, the workforce shrinking, transportation and logistical issues.
We are living in a time when self-reliance is praised, hustle culture is glorified, and the illusion of control has replaced dependence on God. But Jesus taught us to pray something radically different. Give us this day our daily bread, simple sentence. But it carries the weight of complete surrender. God is Jehovah Jireh, our provider, just like He gave manna in the wilderness one day at a time. He is still providing for His people today. Some of us are anxious about tomorrow, but Jesus said, "Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself," because daily bread means daily trust. When we fixate on what's ahead, we disconnect from what God is doing right now. Worry pulls us into a future we were never meant to carry. But grace doesn't come in advance, it comes day by day. Just like manna in the wilderness, trying to control everything is exhausting. Trusting God, though, that's where peace begins. You don't need all the answers for tomorrow. You just need to walk closely with the one who already holds it. He's not asking you to plan it all out, just to follow Him today. Here's my challenge to you. Start your day by saying, "Father, give me what I need today. I trust you, not just for food, but for peace, wisdom, strength, and joy. And if you've been trying to be your own source, it's time to surrender. Jesus is the bread of life. If you've been carrying the weight of trying to be your own source, if you've been running on empty, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, come to Jesus. He is the bread of life. He satisfies in ways this world never can. You don't have to fix yourself before coming. Just come tired, even broken. He offers peace for your mind, strength for your day, and grace for your weakness. You were never meant to do life alone. Surrender the pressure, release the control, and let Him be your source, your daily bread.
Your eternity matters. Meet Coach Val, a voice of truth in uncertain times. Author, certified life coach, and a guide to overcoming life's greatest battles. Stay tuned.
Famine, wars, natural disasters, and spiritual decline. End times are drawing near. Follow me in this journey to seek God. Be intentional about your salvation before time runs out. And the best way you can do that is to watch this next video. Rest in peace. Have you ever expressed this condolence when someone you know has died? Let me ask you this. Have you ever really thought about the true meaning and weight behind that rest in peace wish? You know, that plea to comfort someone in mourning after the death of their loved ones, sadly. As for you, look at your watch or your clock right now. If you were to die before the very next second arrives, are you 100% certain that your eternal soul will ascend to heaven? If so, why? Why are you so sure? Ask yourself that. Why are you so sure that you're going to heaven? Could it be your eternal soul will instead descend to the pits of hell? If you don't want to go to hell, then watch this video all the way to the end. Don't be deceived. If you think that being a good person, going to church on Sunday, or doing good works or good deeds for others, philanthropic endeavors, donating to charities, etc., etc., etc. I mean, that list is endless. But if you think these good deeds automatically grant you entrance into God's kingdom, you're sadly mistaken. Think about it. When Judgment Day comes and you stand before Jesus and He opens the book of life, what good deeds have you done for the kingdom? Will you be exalted as worthy and uplifted to heaven as a result? Or will you be banished to hell? Here's the truth. There is no in-between purgatory phase. We're either going to heaven or we're going to hell. The only key that will open the door to heaven is the prayer of salvation. You have to confess with your mouth and believe in your heart that Jesus died for you. So if you want to save your soul, let's say that salvation prayer right now. Just close your eyes and say the prayer with me, but mean it from the bottom of your heart. Repeat this after me. Say, Jesus, come into my heart right now. Forgive me of all my wrongdoings. Cleanse me of my sins. I believe you died and rose again for me. And I confess that Jesus, you are Lord of all, in heaven and here on earth, and over my life. Amen. If you just prayed that prayer, type amen in the comments. God bless you.